What happens if I kill this?
It is 8:01 on the East Coast. It is 5:01 on the West Coast. Oh, hold on. Forgot to do that. It is the 8th of January in the year of our Lord 2026. Season 16, episode 27, 448 times you have been welcomed to the Clubhouse Podcast, which means we're only a couple of weeks away from another milestone. Your one-stop shop normally for all things sports, entertainment, pop culture, and pro wrestling. But this week is a little bit different. Don is not on assignment. He's just having tech problems. So that's okay. He'll figure it out. But to the right of me on your screen, he is my co-host and a man that still doesn't have his Christmas present on the wall. He is Alex.
Remember, it's also a rental, and I'm hesitant about putting anything into the wall that isn't a TV.
So is this.
Yeah, but I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here.
Just use a tack. You'll be fine.
Fair enough. It is right here, if that counts.
It's not the same. I will tell you that when you first turn it on, it will be at full brightness. And it'll just look like a blob on the screen. So you're gonna have to turn.
Don't worry, I'm used to it.
Oh, I mean, it's full on like Homer Simpson at work, glowing. So
green dot.
But you know what? Shout out Temu. I can't complain.
No,
did a lot of my Christmas shopping on Temu this year.
I feel like everybody I've talked to has better luck with Temu than I ever did, because both times I tried to order stuff from it, it was always the fake spin the wheel thing. And it's like, all right, I'll grab a handful of things. Both times. No, it was 3 times. All 3 times they've been like, oh, this stuff is out of stock. You can't get it. And it's like, that seems like a bad business model.
I didn't introduce myself. My name is Rob. I am the executive producer of the Clubhouse Podcast, and I am the best cat dad ever. And it's not just me saying it. This keychain says it. This cup says it. I thought you'd appreciate that.
I hate it so very much. You know why I hate it so very much. And you did it anyway.
I know. But it's funny. It's comedy. And that's
that'll let slide. There is some humor to it. That doesn't mean I have to like it. Leave it to me trying to frame myself up on the vertical while I have the void behind me.
Again, let's just go ahead and get started, and Don will be here at some point.
He'll be here or he won't.
Bowl updates. It's still anybody's game. Bowl updates. It's still anybody's game in the contest. Don is currently leading, but Alex, myself, and Ziggy are within 2 points. No, Don's leading. On the spreadsheet. Remember the picks on the website.
Right. Okay, that's why.
But
I've been focused online.
Content. Right. So we got the first semifinal match underway currently. The second one tomorrow night. I said over the break, which hopefully you guys got caught up over the break, and saw some of the cool stuff that we put up from some of the Q&As I've done this past year. I said in that quarterfinal game, I said, if Indiana wins this, they're going to win the whole thing. And they took Alabama to the woodshed.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel, man.
It's not that was unexpected. It was just so dramatically unexpected.
Yeah, it's not the manner in which it happened, I think, is where the unexpected is coming from.
Yeah, it's one of those of like, oh, yeah, this will be a rough and tumble. Nope.
I would love, and if you could do some research on this, unless you have it in your hip pocket, which is very possible because I know you.
Yeah.
I would like to know what, if it was even on the board, any combination of these four teams in preseason in the final.
Well,
what the odds would be.
That would, I have to clarify, that kind of a bet would never be on the board. That kind of a bet would be what's called an off-board situation. So what you would have to do is ask them for a parlay of the four semifinal teams. And I'm sure some book would sign up for it because it's such a ridiculous ask. They would probably put it at about 1,000 to 1, cap the bet at $1,000, and then just say, okay, you can win $1 million. That's your cap.
Well, but also, I would just want to just on any of those four teams winning it all, because you could just do that, right? Give me $100 on Alabama to win the whole thing.
Oh my God! Yes, you. That is a very common future bet at the beginning of the season. The most publicized future bet of that ilk was Joe Burrow's father, his last year at LSU, going to Vegas, and I want to say it was $5,000 on Burrow to win the Heisman, which wound up paying out like $500,000 because it was such a long shot.
Don has made it. He is at the bottom of your screen. He is the official fact checker of Sooner or Gator Productions.
Computer issues. It's not 100% every time. Apologize.
That's the only issues you've got tonight, pal.
What's that?
We're going to talk about it later on, because you did a couple of things this year that I'm not exactly happy about with your lists.
My list?
Your lists.
My top 10 and bottom.
When we get there, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
My instructions were simple. That's all I'm saying.
I know, but there's a
Well, you also have to realize who you're giving those instructions to.
When I give you instructions, you follow the instructions. You don't deviate from the instructions. And we'll talk about why when we get there.
I know. Well, that's why I said put mystery.
Instructions. I work very hard on these things.
There's a reason.
We were just talking about the bowl updates on the spreadsheet. You are currently in the lead, but Alex, Ziggy, and I are within 2 points of you.
And if you look at the contest on ESPN, number one, Don's not even in it, but you and I are all the way down at like 5th and 6th.
Believe me, I'm used to mediocrity.
Well, so what we were talking about previously of the teams that are remaining, you couldn't put a bet on Indiana to win the national championship until week 5, and even then it was 40 to 1.
Well, like I said, what they did to Alabama, and I said before that game, I said if they somehow win this game, they're going to win the whole thing, and they won it with authority.
But to run through the rest of them, if you put in Oregon national championship bet before they call it week 2, but you know how there's that one week 0, week 1?
Yeah.
So the opening odds for Oregon to win the national title was 9 to 1. Miami was 30 to 1. And Ole Miss was 25 to 1.
Still all good odds.
Well, I almost want to throw that in a parlay calculator just to see, but I don't know that I want to do that much math right now.
I don't like math.
Yeah.
Actually, we'll save this. Actually, no, because we're not doing tech talk this week. For Christmas, I did get a Stream Deck, and I like it a lot. But I want you boys to understand something has returned.
Oh, no.
And it goes a little something like this.
There's nothing funny down that road. That's all.
So be aware, it's back.
Mhm.
You know what else is back? I gotta find it now.
I know it's coming.
One of Alex's favorites is back.
That feels like sarcasm.
No, this is one of your favorites, and I gotta remember where it is.
Oh boy.
It's this.
The biggest douche of the universe.
So that's
Mhm.
back. And it's all at the touch of a button.
That feels like that button's going to get hit during one of our lists. I'm just going to say.
And let me just say publicly, you do not have to be a streamer to use Stream Deck. This is
No,
one of
not
the
at all.
coolest things I've ever messed with. And the more I'm learning about it, the cooler it is.
Interestingly enough, I use my Stream Deck with work so I can automate processes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Don, you should look into one of these things.
Again?
You should look into one of these things. It's amazing.
Okay.
And I also got some new toys for us too.
Okay.
When we do remote shows.
But the last thing I got was the headphones.
Yep. Oh no, we got some really cool stuff this year.
Okay.
So, all right. The NFL, the season is over. Tomlin stays employed.
Well, the season's not over yet.
Harbaugh,
The regular
does it
season.
with an almost 70% win percentage in Baltimore over 18 seasons. He gets given the heave ho. Kingsbury out in Washington, which I do not agree with. A lot of these coaches that are getting the axe, it's like, you've got to look at the body of work here. Like, they did the best they could with what they had by week 5. You know, today, Mike McDaniel out.
How happy are you about that?
I don't care. Just win. I don't like, I like the guy. I know Steven can't stand the guy. I like the guy. He's like a guy's guy coach.
Do you have the other blurb on him?
I saw the meme today, but other than that,
No, I'm talking about he got called about a job offer less than an hour after being fired.
Well, Harbaugh apparently had 9 of them in 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to talk about this. Don, get ready to have your mind blown. I am not going to make fun of the Jets. I feel bad for the Jets. Don, we're going to give you 2 stats about the Jets. I'm going to give you one, and then Alex is going to give you one because he gave me one yesterday I didn't know about.
I feel like we should have a third fake one and see if he can figure out which one is fake.
You don't have that kind of time tonight.
Oh, no, I understand. This is post facto.
Don, did you know the Jets are the first defense ever to not get a pick in a season? They've got no interceptions all season. It's the only time it's happened since they started tracking it in 1933.
So they never got an interception on the other team.
Nope.
Yes.
That.
The entire
put a pin in it, Don. Put a pin in
I
it.
did hear that.
Don, put a pin in it.
Hold on.
That's not the big thing.
Let him finish.
Okay, but I did hear that.
But
yeah, ever in the history of ever. Now, let's go to the other side of the ball. Alex, we go live to you.
Well, you're missing the second part of that interception story, sir.
That's all I have on that.
Okay, Don.
Yeah.
Who was the biggest trade after Sauce Gardner by the Jets?
Rodgers?
No, that was before.
Oh, okay. No.
Yeah, that also was cut. So Quinnen Williams, who got traded to our Fairburg for the Cowboys.
Okay.
Quinnen Williams had an interception for the Cowboys, which means the team that traded him had less interceptions than the 300-pound lineman they traded.
All right, Alex, give him the other one.
You're going to always find some kind of weird stats, but yeah.
No,
Don.
Wait for this.
It's better.
He sent me this, and I was like, oh, my God.
So, as the cursory knowledge, we are all familiar that the Jets wide receiver 1 by choice every year since the draft of him has been Garrett Wilson. So it's not uncommon for him to lead the team in receiving on a season, right, Don?
Yeah.
So he definitely led the team in 2025.
Good for
right?
him. Yep.
He didn't play after week 6.
Okay.
Think about that, Don.
He played
the leading receiver on the entire
five games and change, and he led in a 17-week team. He played less than a third of the game.
This season.
I was like,
Still led the team.
Like I said, I feel bad for the Jets at this point. I do.
I got to be perfectly honest, with all these coaches getting fired, I am shocked Aaron Glenn isn't one of them. But I think the Johnsons are afraid of becoming the Raiders East, since they are now paying, 6 head coaches next year? And none of them are the actual coach.
So let me ask you this. To both of you, just one answer. Just give me a team.
Okay.
Where does Harbaugh go? Which team pick gets him?
The one that gives him the most money.
I don't know that
if you had to guess, you had to bet in Vegas, where does he end up?
I honestly, if you give me a favorite, the top 2 are either the Giants or the Raiders.
Okay.
I was going to say the Raiders, but I don't think he goes to the Raiders. I think he looks at that mess and goes, because they fired Pete Carroll. So,
but Pete Carroll kind of was okay with being let go at that point.
No, I'm not saying he wasn't, but that just reinforces my argument.
But what I'm saying is I don't think Pete Carroll would have been fired if it wasn't part of his input. Now, the reason I think that it's not as much of a mess as you think, the Raiders locked up the top pick. So they're going to get Fernando Mendoza or Dante Moore to start. They also have more cap space than I believe every other team in the NFL. Plus, Max Crosby might be okay with staying in Las Vegas now that the regime that told him he was out for the year is gone. So there's a lot of cap space. There's a couple of solid players, including Genty, because we know Harbaugh likes a big, tough runner. And as much of a mess as the Raiders were, and yes, Genty underperformed, but it's kind of hard to run when your average depth of contact is negative 2.5 yards.
We've got some action in the chat room. So hello to everybody that's on the chat. Sorbin VR says he likes dogs more. And you missed that, Don. I did say that I am the world's best cat dad. And it's not just me saying it. This keychain says it.
Yeah. Better than me. I admit it. Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. But
so who's the second? Who is it? Do your Giants get the second pick, even though they won?
Don't.
Seriously,
my Nostra anger was correct about them winning multiple, and they fell to the 5th pick.
Yeah. Oh, did they?
Yeah. So now the value is gone on a trade.
Yeah. And I agree with you. And Rob,
181 million. Hello to you as well.
I agree with you. Carolina should be out of the playoffs. They shouldn't be in.
It's sub 500.
Yep.
But it ain't ever going to change.
Yeah, if they get
at that point, you're just pissing into the wind.
If they're 8-8 in a tie, they should be in, but not 8-9.
If you are below 500,
yeah,
which was the NFC West for a long time, and now they've got like the best record as a
There's
division.
a reason they were known as the NFC worst for the longest time. Ooh. But I also want to remind you that the last time we had the losing record in a situation like this, that's when the Beast Quake happened. So all of your arguments about it shouldn't be are moot. So Marshawn Lynch made sure that argument did not matter.
We'll get back to abnormal next week with NBA, NHL, and North America's favorite game show. I've realized over the break that when I put the echo on stuff, it doesn't come through. So I want to apologize to everybody. I was like, why is he talking like that? So I just went back to the old smaller board over here, which makes more sense. I have more real estate on my desk. Also, if you haven't noticed, new decorations. I've been redecorating the house because I've had a lot of free time. So there's that. Real quick, we'll probably go deeper into this next week. Stranger Things is officially completed.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the way it ended. I thought it was great.
Concur.
A lot of people were giving it grief, and I'm like, no, I think they stuck the landing. I really, really did.
And the Duffers said the entire time, we're not here to make people miserable.
And Monday, the documentary drops on Netflix, by the way.
But
they ended it better than they did The Sopranos.
That's not saying much.
Yeah.
But
that's like, are they better than Coco Beware as a Hall of Famer? It's
Hey,
the worst.
hey, you leave the Birdman alone.
You know I like
Birdman
Coco.
alone.
You know I like Coco
I
Beware, but he
like
is
the ending.
absolutely the bottom rung.
I like the ending, but at least they did not do the Sopranos thing. I think
But
they
Alex has a point, Don. Let him get to his point.
Well, it was independent of that. I was just trying to get to something more interesting. But did you know that the I believe actually has a definitive answer that is hidden in plain sight?
Oh, I don't want to. This is flirting with spoilers, and I don't want to mess with that.
Well, no, I just want to clarify. It appears in the episode and still exists with an actual answer if you know where to look. I will not spoil it on air, but if you guys want to know in the green room, I'll tell you.
We'll talk later.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Want to remind you about CBD House of Healing. If you are having aches and pains and sleepless nights, you want to get rid of them, you want to do it naturally, CBD House of Healing is here for you. It's a woman-owned business. She is a registered nurse. Her name is Summer Hansen. They have cbddallas.com, which is the website. You can also visit them at the corner of Northwest Highway in Plano Road. She wants to help you get what you need because she wants you to be able to do it on your own, because self-care is the goal for her. She cares. It's their ingredients to the highest of their standards. They're not just going to give you some schleppy stuff. They're going to take care of the people that come to them. So if you're having those problems, those sleepless nights, those aches and pains, this time of year with the weather changing as much as it does, especially here in the Metroplex, you feel your age every day. I've started walking this week, doing about a 3-mile walk every morning, and believe me, I'm feeling it. So CBD House of Healing, they got those slushies as well. So go check them out. Get the healing you need at CBD House of Healing. Also want to let you know, coming up next weekend, January 17th and 18th at the Angelica is the 42nd annual Kid Film Family Festival. This is all films for kids, films made by kids. This is a big deal that happens every year at the Angelica. It's going to be next weekend. We'll talk to you, and all the programs are free.
Oh, nice.
Better. So get the kids together for Kid Fest. We're going to talk that a little bit more next week on the show. Before we get into the meat and potatoes tonight, again, wrestling will be back next week as well, because tonight's going to be best and worst of 2025. Just want to get you movie new releases this week. Primate.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hard pass. Also, both of the boys have reviewed Greenland 2 Migration at www.theclubhousepodcast.com.
It's our website.
That's our website.
Man, that thing reacts. This thing actually reacts quicker than my iPad does. I'm just saying.
Yes, it does.
Because I originally had it and then had to open up the player. I'm like, no, I don't have to do that. I can just tell it to play a sound. So, and I got a bunch more drops too. I just have to figure out what I'm going to do with them. And a movie called The Chronology of Water. Let me get you a quick.
I saw something on this, and I there was a notable reason about this, and I why is there, Rob, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, no. I was wondering if you were at the page, because I feel like there's a reason we should know this, and I'm waiting on what the write-up may tell us.
This is a biography.
Mm-hmm.
It's a woman who escapes into competitive swimming and other things before finding her voice through writing. Kristen Stewart directed this and wrote the screenplay from Lydia Yuknovich's memoir. Imogene Poots, Thora Birch, Jim Belushi is in this. Let's see, Anna Witkowski. Definitely, it's got some dark content to it, so be aware of that. Movies on DVD and Blu-ray this week. You're getting a 4K steelbook of 1408, if you were into such things. The deluxe edition of the documentary Nickelback Love to Hate, or Hate to Love. I'm sorry. That was very good. I very much enjoyed it.
You spoke very highly of it.
Criterion
I'm
Collection
just
is
still entertained by the title.
Criterion Collection is doing a 4K release of Yee Yee, and Arrow Video. By the way, go to your local Barnes and Noble. Arrow Video 50% off this month.
Oh, nice.
There's one thing I'm looking for, and I haven't found it yet. I got The Mask, 4K, but I'm trying to find the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trilogy. I found it Blu-ray, but I haven't found the 4K.
Okay, didn't realize that was Arrow.
But Arrow is doing Evil Dead Rise in a limited edition on Tuesday. So it is now time.
Real fast. I do fast and TV talk. We did just a real quick note. That new show on Fox, Best Medicine. It's kind of like the Doc Hollywood, Michael J. Fox kind of series put out. Was good on the first episode. I did like.
Let's talk more about it next week when we have time, Don.
Yeah, just want to say. Wanted that.
All right. Let me get us to where we need to be. We need to be right about here. Because it is time for the best and worst films of 2025. I didn't fix that, but I'm doing it right now. Technology. So basically what we do every year is we see a lot of movies between the three of us. Keeping a running tab all year, and stay tuned for a very interesting announcement coming up at the end of the show. And every year we want to talk about the best and worst things we've seen. It is very interesting because a lot of people don't understand, like, we don't just say stuff to say stuff. You know what I mean? We have honest opinions about things. And that's what we love about our vendors. Shout out to all of our vendors that have us out for screenings. They want our honest opinion of things. So because of that, every year we're going to put together this best and worst films of 2025. I have all of them except one in a slide presentation that we're going to go through together. And we're going to start with the worst. Oh, it's not going to let me do it that way. Okay, not a problem.
Now, while you're queuing that up, I also want to clarify for anybody watching.
All right,
we're not
going to
saying
start with the
these. We're not saying these are absolutely the award winners. These are our lists. Like for me, it's definitely entertainment factor is a big thing in there beyond the quality of the movie. I know Don and Rob both have the entertainment factor into theirs, but that's also what's great about our list not always lining up is the fact that we use our criteria of what's important to us. So your list may look different than ours as well.
And feel free to put your picks in the chat wherever you're watching this
Absolutely.
as well. If we're watching live, we've got you up on here. If not, we'll go back and take a look later. But like I said, for everything in between, stick around for an announcement later on. The way it's going to work, we will go in this order. Don, then Alex, then myself. Each ranking. We're not going to give everybody's full 10, and we're going to rotate it around because we could have the same thing in the same place. You don't know. Which means I probably need to move my OneNote to a different screen so that I can see my rankings. There we go. All right, let me get back to you, boys, so I can see you. Here we go. Don's number 10. Little bit, I can't say you're wrong, Don, because I actually have this film at where'd it go? No, I couldn't have sunk that far. I have this at 24. I saw a total of
that's pretty high.
104 films this year. So Don's number 10 least favorite film of the year is actually a video game at Netflix House. It is Happy Gilmore 2.
And that's it?
You can talk about it after we reveal it. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say before the reveal is that there are two people in this film who me and Rob both met, very nice guy. So I hated to see him on this film. The good old shooter. And then, of course, MJF in there. Yeah. As much as I love MJF, as much as he tried, this film just did not cut it. You know how I feel about the sequel sometimes. For me, it fell flat. It wasn't in the top. It didn't make my turkeys, but it was my number 10. Could have been a lot better.
I will say, while I enjoyed the silliness of it, I'm actually closer with Don on this one. It is a bottom half movie for me.
I just thought I'm going to bring up my list on my phone, so I'm not having to do so much clicking around.
Oh, did you realize what I'm doing over here on my other side?
No.
That's literally what I'm doing.
Oh, okay. Up next, we have Alex's number 10.
Oh, this one hurt my heart.
And a movie that surprised me that this is in his bottom 10. A movie that I'm not too far off from you. I have this at number 66 for the year.
Mm-hmm.
It is. What happened?
You clicked to move on.
Oh, yeah. The Smashing Machine with
Yeah,
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
I have been very open about this since we got to screen this. It is in my review at www.theclubhousepodcast.com.
That's still our website.
A great performance. By far the best performance that Dwayne Johnson has ever put on does not save a terrible movie. I do not care how many people are like, oh, it's so aesthetic, it's different. It's like, no, it's a crap story with a great performance or two. That's it.
Don, thoughts?
There for me, it wouldn't make my top 10 at all. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. Dwayne did good.
Yeah.
My number 10 least favorite movie of the year. I'm glad I waited to see this on HBO Max. Mickey 17.
Wow, that is surprising to me.
It is disjointed. It tries too hard. It's shallow, it's pedantic, and it insists upon itself.
Thanks, Peter.
I just didn't dig it, man.
Should I say anything right now, or are we going to have something for this later?
If you have it on one of your lists, we'll put a pin in it. But
I don't
think you do.
Well, it's not the top or bottom, but I wanted to include this as an honorable mention. I absolutely love this movie. I think it's something like, and I'm not trying to say this in an insulting way, you either get Bong Joon-ho or you don't. It's a lot like Yorgos in his movies. I really, really, really dug Mickey 17, and it just barely missed my top 10.
Don?
But to give you an idea, I have it over movies like Frankenstein and Zootopia 2.
Remember, I don't think I saw this one.
Okay.
That's why.
No problem. I just want to give you your opportunity.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I will put it in this context. Don, as much as I love this movie, you and I don't always see eye to eye on films, so I think there's a chance you'd hate this. I'm just going to let you know.
All right.
Don's 9th least favorite film of the year. I have 77. Let me introduce it, Don.
Well, let me introduce the film.
The host of the
Don,
show.
you're not the host.
All right.
We've never done this any other way.
Well, we always say our film, then we say what it was.
Right, but we started with, since we've had the visuals.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Don's 9th least favorite film of the year, I have at 77. Ooh. Viola Davis is the president in G20. Don, go ahead.
Okay, I'm just waiting for my turn when I can talk on this.
As soon as I say the name of the movie, go.
Okay, well, I didn't. Okay, this one is try to do a ripoff of, I think, of like if Olympus Has Fallen, Angel Has Fallen, and there is no way any of this stuff in real life would have happened with all the security you'd have with the top 20 world leaders there together. There's no way this would happen. Did not work. It was pathetic. Didn't like it.
I thought it was cheesy.
Yeah.
I have an interesting note that I don't know I've ever had on this show. I think I actually saw this movie and hated it so much that I blocked it out and didn't even include it on my list.
It was a Prime exclusive. So.
It would not be the bottom movie. We're going to hold on to that for a while, but I feel like it might have been in my bottom 10, but I totally do not remember it.
All right, Alex's 9th least favorite film of the year.
Oh.
I think you're the only one that saw this, Don. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's right. No, I was the only one there.
It's hit streaming since then, sir.
Oh, since then, yes.
This is not the Carmelo Hayes biopic, but it is him.
It would have been better. I wanted to like this movie. I really, really wanted to like this movie. There was good performances, but to borrow or paraphrase something Rob said about Mickey 17, it's so disjointed and then just changes what it is towards the end. After building this insanity, it just falls apart. I could see a future with Tyreek Withers, who is the star of the movie with Marlon Wayans. But as much as I think it's going to have a cult following, it's not good.
My 9th least favorite movie of the year is on another cast members list.
Oh, I feel this
it might be on all three of ours. I don't remember offhand. I started to watch this movie on a plane.
I didn't see the one that Alex saw, just to let you know. I never saw the him.
Okay, I couldn't remember if you did or not, Don. Yeah. Thank you. I started to watch this on a plane.
Oh.
20 minutes in, the plane's Wi-Fi died. I should have known at that point that it was a sign that I shouldn't have finished it.
It was divine intervention.
And this hurts my soul because I love everybody involved in this film. I was looking forward to this film. I was ignoring the bad things people were saying about this film. I extol the thespian virtues of Beast Mode. But I hated Love Hurts. Oh, this movie is bad. And it kills me to say that. If I had to sum this movie up, it would be this. Did you not hear that?
There's only like one little sad trumpet coming through for me.
Oh, okay.
And it's just wham. I think you're doing the sad trombone.
Yeah.
But it just sounds like wham.
If I turn it down a little bit and I do this. Did you get all of that?
Was that Mario's? No, not Mario's. Was that Pac-Man Death?
Oh, I know why, because I'm using the wrong level. That's not it either. Where's the whole thing? No, it's the same level. I got the game on up here. But no, this movie is bad. It's terrible.
Don, you want to say anything on this?
It's okay to me. It didn't make my bottom 10, but there's no way to make my top 10. There were some good points about where I love they attempted for it, but it fell flat. If I had a bottom 20, yeah, I'd be on my bottom 20.
All right, Don's number 8. Hold on to your butts. This could shock America. Now, I know somebody that would agree with Don on a certain level about this film. And I'm trying to find where I put it. Because I watched this movie. Okay, I have this at number 75. So I can't say that I completely disagree with Don, but there's a lot of people who will. Don's 8th least favorite movie of the year is one battle after another.
Wow.
Don, we go live to you, my friend.
There are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 films on my list this year, my bottom 10, and this is the first one where the film is there to make a point that somebody can act. Okay. This film, it started off, I like the first half hour of it. Then after that, what's the point? It wasn't, the last hour was just, what's the point of this? You're going to tell me that the guy can get away from law enforcement so many times in one day? The unrealistic of it. This film was one of the films that saying, hey, Leonardo can act. Let's give him an Oscar nomination, and the film suffered. Just like other films on this list for me. First half hour I loved. After that, I go, no, they're just trying to make a point. Leo can act. Let's give him the Oscar nod. That's it.
This film is definitely a tale of two halves, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
There are two separate films within this. Alex?
I'm going to put a pin in it.
Okay.
Right. All right. Speaking of Alex, his number 8, as we continue on the worst films of 2025 in our opinions, his 8 was my 9.
Which is why I said, give me 2 to 3 minutes. I wanted this to be good so badly. And it just sucked so much.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just boring on top of it. It sucked every way. And it's like, oh, now it's going to be interesting. Nope. We put Marshawn Lynch in it so that you could see. Nope. We're going to have some fun. Nope. Just don't. Just, if you haven't seen Love Hurts, pretend in your mind like it's good and skip it.
Ole Miss giving Miami all they can handle, 7-3 in the second period, right? Second quarter. My 8th least favorite film of the year. Alex, you texted me about this a couple of weeks ago. And you said, Rob, did you see this film? I said, I did.
Oh, I know.
And then you proceeded to talk about it. And I let you talk because I knew what was coming.
Nope.
Because I did review this film at www.theclubhousepodcast.com.
Still our website.
Jason Statham, I love you, brother. But what in God's name was a working man?
A paycheck.
I can't. Like they want to do a sequel to this so bad, the way the last 10 minutes of this film go. Oh. Don, did you see this?
The thing is, it's for me is another Statham action film like Beekeeper.
Oh, how dare you, sir?
He's not wrong.
It's just the Beekeeper with different people that he likes, and I always liked who's the guy? Pena, Michael Pena.
Big fan.
Okay,
Michael Pena is one of the most underrated actors on the planet.
I know. I met him once. Great guy. But I didn't hate it. I thought it was just another Statham film.
All right. Don's number 7 is unlucky number 7. We're just going to get right into it. This shocked me. This took me completely off guard. I'm not even going to try to bury the lead here.
Nope.
His number 7 least favorite film of the year is the DCEU reboot of Superman Dawn Go.
Like I told you, after we saw it on the show, me and Faith were watching this going, what's the point of this? It starts off with just, what's going on even going on? No storyline. Hey, we're making another Superman film. Let's just have some action and some mindless plot. There you go. Let's just make some money for the Marvel Universe. Hee-haw.
I would like to point out that Don Ford's views are Don Ford's views.
Yeah, they are my views. We didn't even finish the film.
That wasn't a judgment. Don't get defensive.
I know. I'm proud of my view. We didn't even finish the film. We can't. We turned it off. Again, some people love it, some hate it. To each their own.
I have this film at 16. So, Alex's unlucky number 7 is one that I was actually intrigued by, but after seeing Alex put this in his bottom 10, part of me is not shocked. But part of me is, this much of me is still intrigued. It is the Netflix exclusive action adventure known as In the Lost Lands.
Netflix. It was on Hulu.
Okay. I thought it was
the
an
Hulu exclusive In the Lost Lands. So
my apologies to Netflix.
I want to put a big asterisk on this and say that we love Mila Jovovich. We love Dave Bautista.
We do.
And they go for it in this movie. There is a number of things that could have been spun out into a pretty solid story. This movie, number 1, has no idea what it's doing. Number 2, I want everybody who has the visual to look at that image on the screen. When I tell you the CGI throughout the movie is worse than that image, I am not joking. There is incredible moments that could have really been something. One that stands out in my head, and I will tell you flat out, if you've seen this, you know the bus scene. That was pretty solidly done, but all of the narrative and everything else to it is crap. Bautista is the only one that seems to have clear direction and clear delivery. Everyone else, like even Mila Jovovich, who has been on our screens for decades in solid capacity, changes what she's doing like 4 or 5 times in the movie. It's just nuts.
Miami just scored on a crazy but great awareness moment. Running back heading towards the end zone. Lineman is on his back. Running back dives for the end zone. The linesman pushes him across his chest so he doesn't touch the ground. You all right over there, sir?
Yeah, I checked.
No, Alex, he had that look on his face.
Oh, no, I'm watching the game. I'm just waiting.
I can't see the game.
Did I see something wrong? What is going on there?
Oh, no, I was just off air.
But I didn't upset you, did I?
No.
Oh, okay. My number 7.
No, the only person who has upset me so far is Don, but we'll get to
that.
My number 7 is a movie that severely disappointed me. I know this story because there was a documentary many, many years ago about it. The way this film pitches itself, the main story that it pitches is actually a background story. I love the star of this film. He's one of Hollywood's brightest stars of the last 10 years. It is The Luckiest Man in America.
Oh, friend of the show, Paul Walter Hauser.
He's fantastic in this.
Okay.
Go watch the Game Show Network documentary. That's all I'm going to say, because this draws out the story and takes liberties that I wish it didn't, and says certain things about certain characters that are unnecessary. It's just not good. And I'm sad that I have to say it.
After you saw this, the very first thing you said was watch the documentary from Game Show Network. You have been very staunch on that statement.
For those of you that don't know,
where's the streaming at?
I don't even remember where I saw it.
Okay.
I mean, you'd have to look it up because it's been so long since I watched it.
Okay.
Go ahead, I'll look.
This is the story of the guy that figured out the patterns of pressure luck and made a ton of money. And it just hurt my soul that this was bad. Let's get into Don's number 6.
First off, I never saw that one, and I never saw Alex's last one either.
Okay. Luckiest Man in America, Hulu, on the triple bundle of Disney Plus, Hulu, and HBO Max, so you could probably get it from anywhere there. AMC Plus, Sundance Now, and Prime Video has it to buy for $4.
But seek out the documentary first.
Yeah.
Don's number 6 I have, as I'm scrolling, I have it 87. So, Don, you're not far off.
Make your bottom 10. I thought it would.
Let's just say there's other films that were worse that I sat through this year.
Okay.
But I can't say I blame you. This is a morbid curiosity for Alex because he's heard us both talk about it.
Yes.
It is Marty Supreme.
This is my second one on the list that's saying, hey, somebody can act, forget the film. The film stinks, but this guy, he will get it. He should get the Oscar for this.
He won the Critics' Choice Award.
He should win it. He will get nominated, if not win it. But the whole film was based around this guy can act. Let's give him the Oscar, just like Leonardo in the other film in my list. It was just, what's the point of this? It could have been a lot better than it was. It's just saying he can act. Let's give him the Oscar. There you go.
Alex,
that was horrible. And the guy you did like. Go ahead.
No. I was going to try and ask a question, but Don actually wound up answering it with his own.
Yeah. And if you just start to hate the character, it's just like, okay, let me say this. The films show that this guy was the trailer was so, I think, false advertisement. In fact, it says, ping pongs, they helped change my life. And it was the totally opposite of what the trailer showed. It just goes, this guy's a jerk who has a talent. There you go. But he will get the nomination.
Spoiler alert?
No, I mean, I'm not saying really anything of a spoiler. I mean, I'm just saying the trailer was very deceiving, to say the least.
Alex is number 6.
It's going to sound really familiar.
He's following me. It's a Working Man.
Now, I want to clarify something. I take great offense to the idea that this is just the beekeeper, because outside of one bucket with dripping water, shout out, how did this get made? The beekeeper cared to have good sets and trying to make a movie. Don, you said you saw this, right?
Like I said, Michael Pena.
No, hold on, Don. I'm just asking yes or no.
Yeah.
I want you to think about the one thing I can't get out of my head. For anybody that hasn't seen this, there is a scene multiple times where Jason Statham is staking out a biker bar whose parking lot might be the size of a small bathroom, but he's in a truck behind 3 branches.
And fully
There's
hidden.
no way. And those decisions occur throughout the film.
I'd like to quote the great historian Bugs Bunny, who once said, I know this defies the laws of physics, but I never studied law.
That's a good way to put it. The beekeeper actually put money into trying to make a good film. A Working Man was them having Michael Pena's check, Jason Statham's check, and then saying, you boys go. That's
My number.
You know what? David Harbour also.
My number 6, I think, falls into Don's award bait category. Much like Marty Supreme, I do not like films where there's not a single person in it with any redeeming qualities. This is one of them in Die My Love. This movie is a slog. And I'm a big fan of Jennifer Lawrence. I like Robert Pattinson as well. There's some other great people in this. It's not good. It's just about a woman's descent into madness. And Alex, do not come within 20 feet of this film.
You have said that every time this movie has come up.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting question I have for you guys. When's the last time Jennifer Lawrence made a really good movie? Because I'm drawing a blank.
I'd have to go through the IMDb stuff. I mean,
as would I. That's the problem. But feel free. Don, did you see Die My Love?
I said earlier, I didn't see it just a few seconds ago. I didn't.
Oh, okay. It didn't come through.
The first couple of words you say, which I got to get over there and help you fix that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into the top half of the bottom half.
Okay.
With Don's 5th least favorite film of the year, I have this film at, where are you? At 61. So not too far off. It is Luca Guadagnino's offering this year in After the Hunt.
Party Supreme, another one battle after another. Julia Roberts is back and she can act. The plot was horrible, and don't get me wrong, I love I don't want to say Ayo. Ayo, last name. Love her from
Ayo.
The Bear, everything. But again, this is a film where the whole thing, the plot suffered just to say Julia Roberts can act still. Let's give her another Oscar nod. There you go.
He's not wrong. But again, another film where not one person in any of it has any redeeming qualities.
Yeah.
They try to have Ayo Edebiri's character a little bit at the end, but it just, to me,
it didn't. Yeah.
Alex is number 5. This shocked me.
Just put it up.
Another one that shocked me. Well, I got to find where I have it on my list, sir. Give me a minute.
Oh.
I have this at 26. Saw it in 3D. Very much. I want to
I'll say before it even comes up, this movie is the biggest disappointment of 2025.
It is Tron Ares.
And it sucks. It is boring. It is completely devoid of interesting background. It is all visual effects and then nothing. This is in a category for me this year with Warfare. It is literally for visual effect and no substance.
I liked this film. I tried to treat it in a vacuum. I like the mid-credit scene, but we're not going to be able to capitalize on it because we're not doing another one.
Because this sucks.
My number 5.
I did see that. I did see it on this streaming thing. Just to let
Go ahead, Don.
It was just a little. It was visual. The plot got confusing to me.
Don, you're giving it credit for a plot?
It got confusing. That's trying to be nice.
My number 5 is so dismissive that they never properly titled it. The title
I know what this
film literally was the screenwriter's placeholder that she never fixed. Rose Byrne in If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. This is another woman's descent into madness after motherhood. The ending makes no sense. Conan O'Brien has a great turn in this as I guess you could say one of her colleagues. ASAP Rocky is in this. He does a great job, which I'll talk more about him later. It just, man. It again, I keep using this word. It's a slog. So Don's number 4. Almost to the turkey medal stand. I am putting a pin in this. Alex, you'll understand momentarily. This is why there are 3 of us on this show. This is why there are 3 of us that have sometimes diametrically different opinions. Don's 4th least favorite film of the year is highest to lowest.
I know what I want to say, but I'm not going to say it on the air.
Don, go.
Denzel and Spike in other films like Inside Man, and it fell flat. And this is another one to say, hey, Denzel could still act. He could do this, but the plot fell. This was a ripoff of the film Ransom with Mel Gibson, in my opinion.
But it's not, Don. Let me give me just a second here.
Yeah.
It's a remake of another film.
Yeah.
It's not a ripoff. This is actually a
Ransom
remake.
borrowed from it.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about that when I get there. I just want to put a
okay, that's fine. But that's when I watched it. I go, this felt like the acting. There was the only good scene about it was when he was in the studio with the one guy. That's it. That's the only thing I'm going to say. Beyond that, the rest of the film was just pathetic. They tried getting the magic of Inside Man and other films they've done together, which some are incredible, but the magic fell flat big time. Leaving it at that.
I just want to clarify for anybody watching that Don gives fantastic TV recommendations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Alex is number 4.
Oh, I hate this movie. I hate it so much.
You look at the one sheet.
You think it should be great.
I
do.
look at the one sheet and go,
Oh, okay. Hey, then we may be thinking of a different one sheet.
Because I look at who's in this and I go, oh boy. There's other things I would have watched given a choice. It is the HBO original Mountainhead.
There are so many talented people in this movie, and it is so terrible and so boring. And it's just infuriatingly bad. And I honestly think, because Steve Carell is almost impossible to dislike in things, even if it's only from a history of being our pseudo TV uncle on The Office or comedies we love, whether it be the 40-Year-Old Virgin level or something that has more depth. I feel like the word vapid was invented for this movie.
Ooh.
Alex, I saw it. I saw the film.
Oh, I was expecting it to be on your list, Don.
I put it this way. If I had a top 15, it would be.
A top
and I agree
15?
with everything you say, because Carell...
Oh, you mean a bottom 15?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to clarify top and bottom.
I mean, my bottom 15. If we did the bottom 15, it'd be on there. Let me give this honorable mention to my bottom list. Okay.
Yeah.
Like you said, Carell, some great actors, could have been so much better.
Yeah. If anybody is debating on whether or not to see Mountainhead, I recommend going outside and hitting yourself in the groin with a hammer, because that'll be less painful.
Yeah.
My number 4. Sometimes you just need to trust, how did this get made? But when they announced they were doing this movie, it is the rare occasion where they picked a movie I hadn't seen that I was like, I'm going to watch this before this episode drops. Because number 1, it's a 2025 film. Number 2, I've seen the trailer and it looks atrocious. It is the 2025 remake of War of the Worlds.
Oh, I refuse to even try.
See it. Didn't see it.
Eva Longoria's in this. The entire thing is done on a computer screen. Where he's taking Teams calls and making Teams calls and looking at security footage or FaceTiming. Except for the ending is not. The very, 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 very end. But
I still need an Ice Cube quote similar to Michael Caine talking about Jaws: The Revenge.
It's like, hi, this is Ice Cube. Yeah, I'll do your movie. And I'm a big O'Shea Jackson fan. Love him.
Same.
This movie is horrific. All right, let's get to the medal stand, boys. You ready?
Oh, bronze it up.
Don's Bronze Turkey. Hey, that rhymed.
Don's Bronze Turkey.
Don hated this movie so much, he didn't give the correct title.
Okay.
I had to look it up.
Okay, my bad.
Don's Bronze Turkey We go to SZA and Keke Palmer for one of them days.
Yeah. This one, they tried doing a female version of Friday to try to say it nicely of the attempt. Fell very flat, stereotypical stuff that's just like, this is just, why did they make this film? It's too many, I'd say, it gives a lot of symbolism and stuff on issues they didn't need to do. No, don't waste your time. It was a waste of time. I wish I never saw it. I'm done.
Alex's bronze medal. I saw the trailer for this and I'm like, this would, number one, it's pseudo horror, so I'm out. But number two, this just looks like
ain't pseudo.
It looks like it would bore me to tears. It is The Woman in the Yard.
I wanted, while watching this, when you watch a bad movie and you're like, okay, something's going to happen that makes this make sense. And then another hour goes by and you're like, something's going to make this make sense. Oh, no, it's just crap. It's just boring, dull, poorly acted, poorly structured crap. It's so unimpressing that it feels like, okay, I'm going to put it in this context. This is one of those ones. Blumhouse has a very distinct model and it has worked for years. They give them $25 million and say, do what you can do.
I thought they gave him $5 million.
$5 million.
Well, if it's a big release, if it's a theatrical release, it's 25. $5 million is the prove it. 25 is the theatrical deal.
Okay.
I don't know if this was 5 or 25, but ain't none of it on the screen. I will distinctly say I have seen multiple films at Real Owl Film Festival better than Woman in the Yard.
And I will tell you, I put so little noticing into putting this because it's Alex so far in this list. That's a German poster. And I just realized. My bronze medal?
Yeah.
Just to let you know, didn't see it.
Don't.
Okay.
One other person on this show has this on their list. If I am not mistaken, this movie didn't crack 6 digits at the box office. And Don, you may want to verify this.
Okay.
What the full box office total was for Brideheart.
Oh, put a pin in it.
Yeah.
Didn't see it.
Don't.
Just wow. But Don, verify the box office on this.
I'm going to right now. I'm going to.
I don't think
actually,
it cracked.
Don, you've seen this movie. You're going to talk. I'll take a look.
Well, he said to put a pin in it.
Put a pin. Box office 1.9 million.
What did it make?
1.9 million.
What was it? Do you have the opening weekend? Because the opening weekend, I laughed.
No. I just have where it says Wiki says 1.9 million in the box office.
And that's worldwide, kids.
And Rotten Tomatoes is 15%. I'm surprised it's that high.
16% too high.
932,000.
Yeah. So that's domestic. Don's number 2. Number 2. Jita number 2. Again, I'm shocked. Hi, Kai.
Yeah, if I suddenly disappear, it's because this idiot's chewing on wires.
Okay.
I have this movie at 32. It is the end of an era. Because Don's second worst film of the year is Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
Hours and 50 minutes. If you go to my review at www.clubhousepodcast.com,
That's still our website.
Rob had it. I do my reviews and Rob edits them for grammatical purposes and for other certain things. And in this film, about how many times I said, oh, by the way, it's 2 hours and 50 minutes. Oh, by the way, did I tell you it's 2 hours and 50? And he changed it to like the seconds and minutes and hours and all this to have a little fun with it, which I didn't mind. But the last half of the film was not even needed. They could have cut this film in half. This is the biggest film of the year to try to say Tom Cruise could do his own stunts. Hey, everybody, guess what? Tom Cruise does his own stunts. Hey, this scene here, Tom Cruise did his own stunt. Hey, this scene here, which is mindless and pointless to the film, Tom Cruise did his own stunt. Congratulations. So this film could have easily been cut in half and still got the same thing out of it. 2 hours and 50 minutes of Tom Cruise can do his own stunts. Congratulations.
Alex, anything from you?
I said in my review, we've done the damn thing enough. I said in my review that this is by far the worst Mission Impossible film. I agree with Don. I don't have it nearly as far down my list, but I'm also trying to. I enjoyed more of it, but to co-sign what Don was saying, I wouldn't say the last half, but the last act makes. Or, well, not the last act because they had to do the wrap up, but the last act where there is an actual antagonist was so pathetically useless. I feel like in a spoof movie, they would say, no, that's too dumb.
Clarify that. Said half of it could have been cut out. Not just quote the last half, but half of it could have been cut out easily.
I apologize. I guess Rob said last half at one point.
Yeah. But yeah.
Alex's silver medal. This is one of those you should have known. And I'm thinking you set the bar and it met the bar because of where it lies. It is Wolf Man.
Once again, Blumhouse. This one I actually had hopes for. But an interesting thing happened, and I don't know if either of you noticed it. There has been a Wolf movie in my bottom 10 for either 2 or 3 years running. But this one is terrible. It is uninteresting, and it had a very cool premise, and then the follow-through just failed everywhere. I am so happy that Julia Garner has other films this year, because otherwise I'd have to continue saying, well, she's a death knell to anything interesting for me. But Wolfman, poor performances, interesting premise, failure of a script. They couldn't save it with writing, visuals, or acting. It's just bad on all fronts.
Let's see it.
My silver medal goes to a movie I saw early in the year. A movie that should have been better than it was. It is Unstoppable. This is the true story of the kid that went to Arizona State of overcoming odds on the wrestling team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look who's in this. Michael Pena, Bobby Cannavale, Don Cheadle, Jennifer Lopez. So,
yeah. They can't all be winners.
All right, boys.
I was interested in seeing it, Rob, but I never saw it. And maybe I'm glad I didn't.
Do it when you got nothing else going on.
Okay.
Don's least favorite movie of the year. He's following me. And he's not wrong because it is Brightheart.
Yeah. This one in Mission Impossible, could not figure out which one would, and I've kind of flipped the coin, but there was a point where I was hoping that like her character would be killed. Just like you say in Stupid Boat Movie, how you're rooting for the iceberg. I was rooting for her to just get like taken out or something. The unrealism, the stupidism.
I don't have this on my list because I didn't see it, but Don, no, hold on.
Yeah.
Don, did you actually flip a coin or did you give Mission Impossible credit because you could see where they put the money into the movie?
True story. I've actually flipped a coin.
Okay. Well, when it's this bad, it's bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
Alex's least favorite movie of the year. I saw this trailer and went, nope, not gonna do it. Not gonna that. It is the Mark Wahlberg Topher Grace extravaganza known as Flight Risk.
I hope everybody not named Topher Grace was beaten with a spiked cricket bat for making this movie. And I am including Mel Gibson because this is okay. If it wasn't for the movie Inside, this might be the worst turd I've ever seen. They literally, remember when we were entertained talking about the Die Hard fact that they were still writing scenes as they were going? This movie feels like what you would expect to happen if you heard that, because suddenly hair changes. Suddenly Mark Wahlberg's bald, but it's growing back. And I genuinely think the only redeeming quality in this movie is that at some point, very early on, Topher Grace looked at the script, realized this is the worst damn thing he's ever going to make, and then just ad-libbed for the rest of it. If you've ever had an inkling of getting a root canal, go do that instead.
Alex?
I would pay somebody to kick me in the teeth with Doc Martens on rather than watch this turd nugget again.
Alex, if I can.
Go for it.
If I had a bottom 15, it would be on there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised because if there's anybody who saw this movie and thinks Flight Risk is good, they should probably be sterilized.
Yeah, they need some kind of help.
Yeah.
And you saw the thing coming.
I'm just glad I didn't have to pay for it.
Yeah, I know.
My least favorite movie of the year.
I think I know it.
Continues my dislike for A24. I cannot tell you the last time I saw a film that was more mismarketed than Materialists.
Ooh.
It is also the first time in the history of this show that one person has gone back-to-back years in my least favorite film, because last year it was Madam Web.
Can we just acknowledge that Dakota Johnson sucks? She's never made anything good.
I am a fan of Dakota Johnson. I like her.
Sucks.
Surprise me.
This movie takes such a dark turn in the second act. This is not a rom-com, people. I don't care what anybody tells you. This film gets dark on a level that is uncomfortable. It is unnecessary. And it made me angry. Alex.
To clarify, you're saying this is a movie so bad you should never watch it.
1,000%.
Can I make you laugh about that, though?
You can try.
While we were stat padding at the end, because for those that don't know, I spent about a couple of months in the hospital and wound up with a much shorter list than normal. Sean pushed to watch this movie almost every day. And for some reason, it would lose out to another movie or a show or something else. And it just kept getting pushed back to the point where I didn't see it.
And that's a good thing.
But that's what I'm saying. I think that would make you happy in that regard.
All right, boys.
Rob,
go ahead.
Rob, if I can, I see your point on this too, and I'm not saying I disagree with it. My big surprise at the end is I got one question on your bottom list because I know it's going to be close there. The Ice Road Truckers Part 2, where would that one come up on your list?
Oh,
I thought it'd be your bottom 10.
I would thought that would have been bottom 10 as well. Ice Road Vengeance, I believe, was
Vengeance or whatever that Liam Neeson.
Well, but what I'm saying is I think it was called Ice Road Vengeance. Ice Road Truckers is something entirely different.
Actually, at 50.
What?
Okay.
Okay. Because you ripped that thing saying there's no ice.
You did rip the crap out of that.
You
But
did.
remember, this is from an enjoyment standpoint.
That is very true. There and Liam Neeson is enjoyable.
It just got no business being a sequel to the Ice Road. All right, the top 10. Let's have some fun, boys.
Yeah.
Please do.
Don's number 10 favorite film of the year, and we're not counting your honorable mention because that's not it's not a television list.
I don't care.
I can't say I disagree with Don.
How many ways are you going to screw this up, Don?
I can't say I disagree with Don's 10, but for me it fell to 27. Let's just get into it. It's Anaconda.
Say that.
Once our show is over, go to YouTube and look up Jolly did a video with Jack Black and brought him the 3 best burgers in the world. They even flew a chef in from Spain to serve one of the burgers. And whenever they have celebrities on, they always give them a gift. I'm not even going to ruin it. Go watch the video. It's amazing. I was sad that they released more trailers and spoiled. And let me just say this. I'm not going to spoil the spoil. Don somehow, some way, by some insane superpower that he has, went to go take a restroom break that was exactly the length of probably the best part of this movie. He left right before it happened, and he came back right after it ended. I thought Faith and I, because Faith was sitting right next to me, I thought we were both going to laugh until we peed because of his timing with this. Yeah. But Don, this is your number 10. Go ahead.
I said in my review at www.clubhousepodcast.com, I put on this. You know what? They do these reboots, and I love the original. I like the original. Even with J-Lo is in it, I still liked it. My thing is that, they tried doing these reboots now. Well, they did a reboot, but they did a totally different thing where they made it funny. There's so many scenes with Jack. I was laughing through it. And you know what? Just to say that they did a reboot in a different direction where you can laugh through the whole thing. The comedy was funny, even though somebody's getting eaten by a snake and people are dying and you still laughed all the way through it. I loved it. And you know what? That's why I'm giving it my number 10. I can give it number 9, 8, or 7, but just to say this had to make my list because it was fun. It was original. They did good with it. Go ahead, Alex.
Number 1, when I saw the trailer and texted Rob, is this the spoiler? Did they do it to themselves? I openly did not go see the movie because of it.
Oh.
Number 2, I don't know that you can call this a reboot. I know there is like the connective tissue and everything, but I feel like because of what they did with this, it is almost a standalone entity. Would you agree or disagree?
I've seen that in a couple. They go in a different direction. That's
I would disagree because there's pieces of this plot you don't know.
Okay, that's why I asked.
Yeah,
it's apparently there were like 50 different screenwriters when they decided they wanted to do this that pitched their ideas for a new Anaconda movie because there's 5 of them. The first 2 got theatricals. The later ones went straight to video.
I hate that I've seen all 5.
They got to this one and they went, yeah, this is what we're going to do. And I still think, Alex, you need to see this when it hits streaming.
I want to see it. I absolutely want to see it. The point was I'm not spending money for them to ruin their own stuff. I'm going to say this now. I want this part clipped. Studios, if you're going to spoil a reveal, I am not going to see your movie. I'm not showing you which one this is, but that's my response.
I will say that there's other parts of this movie they have not spoiled, which I think.
Look, I get that, but you know the principle. If you want to spoil something, be prepared to get punched in the throat.
Alex, you will have fun with this.
Oh, no. I've heard everything I need to hear. I'm just not spending a dime for a studio to do something stupid with a final trailer.
I understand.
Alex is number 10.
This surprised me. I thought this would have been either higher or significantly lower.
Let me see where it wound up for me. This was 65 for me.
Okay.
And it is Thunderbolts asterisk.
Now, I really it's a great pivot from Anaconda and doing something different because Thunderbolts is unique to the superhero genre, the way they play it out. Yeah, there's a lot of not a lot of decisions. There's a few decisions I feel like I wish had gone a different way, but there's also a lot of heart to the matter in Thunderbolts that connects personally for me because of the emotional intelligence of it. The representation is not the right word, but the demonstration of certain things and how it fit into this grand Marvel world elsewhere. I have more of an emotional attachment to Thunderbolts than anything else in this regard, but it is also a great movie. And happy belated birthday to Florence Pugh.
I don't see it, but I like it because I still have that screener link. I think
Not bad.
I think Don, there's a chance you would like this. This one feels like a razor's edge for you, Don.
Yeah,
because they do a lot of talky, heady things at points versus being a straight superhero movie.
Is it on
there's
Disney
going to be
Plus
parts
now?
you like.
It's got to
I
be.
think it is.
Okay.
I think it is.
It came out like in March.
Okay.
Well, I just wrapped mine, so I'll check it out.
Yeah. My number 10 for the year was a very, very late edition. I'm going to go out on a limb and say neither one of you have seen this. But I will say, as soon as we get off air, put it in your queue. It is on Prime Video. It is a documentary. And it is John Candy, I Like Me.
Oh, I really want to see this.
This is so good.
This has been sitting in my queue the entire time. I don't know. Honestly, I've been pushing it off because I don't know that I have been emotionally stable enough for this because of how much I love John Candy. But what did you think, Rob?
I absolutely adored this. Watch it for nothing else than to hear Macaulay Culkin talk about it.
Uncle Buck.
What's the plot? Is it just his story, or
it's a documentary, Don?
Okay,
it's about John Candy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And remember, the big line was "I like me" from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. And I don't know if it's that same one or if that's the intent, but I have heard nothing but wonderful things. I heard the background story on why Ryan Reynolds wanted to make this, and I genuinely hope it's in the film.
It's so good.
Good.
Don's number 9.
Number 9.
I have this at 22. We have a parody of this that Ashley did for us about a man who has a particular sense of comedy. It is the 2025 Naked Gun reboot. I can't say I didn't like it, Don, because I'm right there with you. Paul Walter Hauser also great in this.
I've always loved that series of the first 3 with Nielsen and all. And
I have Police Squad. I have all 3 movies.
I love those things, and I was so worried about it. And then when I actually watched, and I didn't see it in the theater, and I heard the thing, and just those scenes of like he reads a note and says, "Touch the knife." I mean, it made me laugh. It just
Alex,
they did it good.
I got to go grab something. Hold on.
Yeah,
I'm going to surprise you with this.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm looking for the numerical answer to be more exact. If this was one space lower, it would be a bottom 20 movie for me. Now,
really,
I want to clarify. I very much enjoyed the comedy to it. I very much loved the slapstick and going back to it. There was, you know how sometimes there's something with a movie that doesn't stick right with you and it irritates you so very much?
Yeah.
The fact that the plot of this movie is a blatant and almost word for word ripoff of the first Kingsman movie bothered me too much for me to truly enjoy it. So the problem I had was, oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. And then something that rips off Kingsman happens, and it just infuriated me because in a movie like this, your setup doesn't really matter. You know, everything's so ridiculous that you don't need it to be. So the fact that it was so directly a ripoff of Kingsman, had they done that and then done some tongue-in-cheek stuff to it, like Samuel L. Jackson pops up as he got outbid for the technology or something, I could roll with it a lot smoother. But Rob, just to briefly recap what I was talking about, Naked Gun is almost a bottom 20 movie for me, purely because of the narrative. I loved everything slapstick about it. I loved everything that was Naked Gun and Police Squad about it. But I couldn't get past the fact that every time they went to the narrative, it was, just copy Kingsman. Just copy the Kingsman. Just copy the Kingsman. And it was so blatantly ripping it off.
But
these kind of films.
You know what? You want my statement on that, Rob? Yeah. It makes me like the movie less.
Oh, this is awesome.
What is it?
No, I actually like it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
but I did not enjoy it as much. I was telling Don, if you had done the tongue-in-cheek for the Kingsman or literally done a narrative, because narrative doesn't really matter in this one. So having something that jarred me so far out of the film didn't let me recover with just the humor.
Alex is number 9.
A movie that I don't think I have ever called Rob faster coming out of the theater from.
It is the highest grossing animated film of all time.
Two Bill with a B.
It is Neja 2.
Now, I want to clarify. There were 3 people at this press screening in the IMAX. And one of them was Henry. So does that tell you, like, we literally had an entire IMAX for this? And I was thinking, oh, that's a bad sign. I love this movie so much. I did research. I looked into the historical texts. Not a joke. I looked into the first Neja movie, which has one of the most badass moments I've ever seen in a film. I looked into the series that has been part of this. Neja 2 went from, I am not going to get this. I am not going to understand this. This is literally for me to write a review so that we have something on it. And I literally called Rob the moment the post-credit scene ended and told him, you need to see this. You absolutely need to see this, to the point where we made plans to watch the first one, to watch everything we could with this at my place so that he could experience it. It is delightful. It is action-oriented. It has some subtle humor. It calls on certain cultural references that apparently are global. It feels good. It has some lesson to it, as well as just pure enjoyment. China, keep making Neja movies. Keep making all of these. You got my money. For the rest of time, I'm in.
I found the first one on Blu-ray, and there was no debate on whether it was coming home with me.
Exactly.
I will see your IMAX screening, and I will raise you an IMAX 3D screening, because it's also my favorite movie of the year. You don't have to see the first one, because the second one tells you everything you need to know.
In about 3 minutes.
Yeah, and it picks up the story literally where the first one ends.
Yep.
So, but I still think you should watch the first one,
mm-hmm.
so you can have all of the background. Both of these films are fantastic. I'm waiting. This will be a 4K purchase at some point,
mm-hmm.
because now I've become a 4K snob.
Welcome.
Mm-hmm. I'm very much enjoying it. Although it's weird having to adjust the stuff that's not 4K. It's kind of got that video quality to it now.
Yep.
And I'm constantly having to tinker with the settings on the TV. I think I've got it where I want it now, but yeah.
Now, I one of the things I want to clarify when I was talking about the historical texts with Neja is part of Chinese lore dating back to like 1300 BCE. and it is become a shifting character. I want to say one of the crazy facts I came across was Jackie Chan has played Ninja like 6 times in early movies and films and TV, but it's kind of the, and I don't know what I want to call it, but it's almost like the character that everybody in China loves because of what he has come to represent.
And Don, there are both subtitled and dubbed versions.
Mm-hmm.
Started to watch the second one. I haven't finished yet.
It's really
but what I like so far,
You got that big screen, so it's going to look really good on your big screen.
Yeah, that's true.
Don's number 8.
The Ocho.
I have not seen.
Oh.
Alex has, because he talked about it. We go to Netflix for Frankenstein.
This one is just, they took the original story and really went with it and really expanded it to really get the story of more than just a monster comes alive and causes. It really brings the human element into this. Acting is great. They put a lot to this film. The scenery, the background, historical reference, they put a lot into this film to make it like it's time period correct. And for some reason, it did good. And should this get some Oscar nominations at the end of the year? It should. Does it deserve it? Yes, it does. Go.
And you can
get no. I was noting that I have like 2 notes on that one.
Yeah.
Frankenstein just missed my top 10, but I want to clarify, similar to like the whole narrative thing, Jacob Elordi's definitely getting nominated. Costumes, not cinematography, set design, all of that, because all of that is practical. Guillermo del Toro insisted on it being practical. The only reason Frankenstein got dropped down just barely outside of my top 10 is because despite it being so good, it's literally copy and paste from the book. It is the story that we've already kind of had for the most part with De Niro years ago, but just done in a modern telling story. They added a little bit with the creature and Mia Goth that was really, really well done for some heart, but I felt like there wasn't enough. Oh, they did that for me. Like, it looked beautiful. Everything done on it was phenomenal. I just had to drop it down for, I don't want to say lack of creativity, but there was nothing that screamed at me from it other than just being solid throughout.
And there is merch available at Netflix House.
Yes, there is.
Alex is number 8.
Oh, I loved this movie so much more than I thought I would.
I have it 23. But I did enjoy it very much. And the one before I had with Chips at Netflix House. It is Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery.
Now, I remember there being complaints about Daniel Craig having a smaller part in it, maybe being an offshoot. That's the point of this one. The whole point was supposed to be, I want to say it's Josh O'Connell. Correct me if I'm botching that name. He was supposed to be your driving force because of what the narrative and the story was. And if it wasn't for a different movie we're going to talk about later, this would have gotten my vote for best ensemble for North Texas Film Critics, because every single person is not only integral to the story, to the plot, to all of it, but it works so seamlessly together. Like, you can give Rian Johnson crap on a bunch of other things. The man has figured out Knives Out movies. And if you want my craziest statement about this is my favorite one yet.
And coming next week to Netflix, a 3-episode Agatha Christie miniseries.
Yeah, they did. We finally saw it about a week ago, and it put it this way, it didn't make my top 15. It was good. I like the murder mystery. It gave a lot of good twists and turns. And yes, Craig's not in there as much as the other ones, but that's making the point.
But when he does show up, it's at the right part of the story, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. And the way the payoff works with him choosing a higher path, phenomenal. But if you want a really funny back-to-back that happened to me with this movie, Glenn Close proves that she is a talent monster when it comes to performing. But if you see this and then the trailer for Sunrise on the Reaping back-to-back, it will mess with you because Glenn Close, not the same. And it's so insane.
All right, my number 8. There are some amazing alternate one sheets out there for this. I almost used one of them, but I didn't want to confuse people. And this is going to shock some people that this is on my top 10 of the year. But it cannot be denied. It's Sinners. This film is everything. So good. Oh, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Even
Rob, I've been acting on this because how he did both parts on there, superb
but
on that.
it's so much more than that.
Yeah, I know. And it's a good vampire thing. Did I love it? No. Did it make my top 15? No. But I didn't hate it, and I give it everything it's worth. And it's a good vampire film, too, along with good acting and going historically back and dealing with multiple issues at the same time of vampires. Plus,
and
you know, yeah.
there's not a second of this that is wasted. Everything has a purpose, and everything has a resolution. There's no loose ends. The multiple mid-credit sequences made it that much better.
Don, did you ever go back and watch those?
Which one? The end
credit scenes.
Yeah,
okay.
Oh, man, so good. I remember watching the first trailers during the Super Bowl and was like, eh.
Oh,
but I waited for it on HBO Max and I watched it at home, and
I genuinely expected this to be Coogler's first flop going into it.
But because those trailers told us nothing, really. Don's number 7 is one that I will not see, but I did read the Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
Don's number 7 of the year is Weapons.
Yeah. You got to take for what it is. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but for a good
tread lightly
film, it is really good. And one of my favorite people in this thing, that's what I'm looking up real fast. Julia Gardner from Ozark. She makes her part is perfect for this film. And it's just a lot of supernatural whodunit without being spoiler free. But in my film, they did it right. I really feel they did. And this is going to get some nominations. I think at the end of the year, a couple, and I think they deserve for what it is. So,
Alex has a pin in it, so we'll keep moving.
Yep.
But his number 7, I have at 46.
Wow.
It is better.
You liked it better than I did.
It is better than the one that came before it. But I've seen because it's wicked for good.
I actually think the first one is infinitely more fun, but this one is a better picture. It is a more complete story. It has more added for the film. Awkward timing as that commercial pops up. But the layers that they used between visuals, the music, using the CGI, starting like it's a superhero movie, which is awesome. The only true gripe I have for Wicked for Good is that it didn't have the power note like Defying Gravity, even though No Good Deed is very good. Coleman Domingo is completely wasted. It's a really, really great culmination of what the first one builds and this one pays off. I really dug it. I felt like I've never seen the play, or should I say not yet. But I would have liked more of, oh my God, why am I drawing a blank on his name? The Scarecrow. I'll just say I wish there was more with the Scarecrow. And why am I drawing a blank on his name?
All right, well, we'll keep it moving.
Yeah, keep it moving.
My number 7, a little controversial. There's been some people with some hot opinions about it. It is also currently your cover story in Sports Illustrated. It is the biopic known as Christie. With Sydney Sweeney. I know enough about this story because that was back in the days when I really, really followed boxing. This movie is fantastic. I didn't recognize, I mean, I knew it was Sydney Sweeney, but if you didn't know it was Sydney Sweeney, you really wouldn't know till about the last 20 minutes. It is unapologetic in the way it tells its story. It's got some darkness to it, but it's really well done, and I was incredibly impressed. And she was on my nominations for North Texas Film Critics for Best Actress. And has the full endorsement of Christy Martin. So anybody that says otherwise, I've seen the footage, seen her say it. Don's number 6 for the year is a film I have not seen. It was on my list, but I just ran out of time. 200 meters to Andrivica. Did I get that right, Don? Or
Andrivica. Yeah, Andrivica. Okay. 2,000 meters. This film, I think it made the finalists for our Film Critic Association for Best Documentary. And I voted for it to win. It didn't win, but I in my opinion, it should have won. This may be getting the Oscar for Best Documentary, and it would surprise me if it does win it. This is a story of the war in Ukraine, and where these press people and soldiers have real life cameras on them, real war, and it's showing the brutality of that war of going in Ukraine that we do not see. And it's basically where the forces are trying to take back a certain part of Ukraine to stop a major roadway so Russia cannot get certain. It breaks a supply train route for Russia to get more supplies and to try to keep the war going. It doesn't hold back. It's very brutal, and they make the point of that. This is what war is. And it is, again, it is very, 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 very brutal. And you're going to look at this and go, what's humanity even thinking? But it is what life is. And that's why it is a true life documentary. It doesn't pull any punches, and well worth it if you can handle it. That's if you can handle it. Yep.
Lost Alex, we got him back. His number 6 is a movie that I have at 48. Fix that right there. Perfect.
And I will say
all 3 of us have seen. And it is Hamnet.
I will say, if the first half of the movie was just how it was throughout, this probably would have wound up on a different list. But with the way that it evolves, with the story and the understanding of pain and processing and how it is formative in its build, is just so incredibly moving. Jesse Buckley is going to be nominated everywhere.
He will.
And the weird pivot I have from this made me infinitely more interested in a movie I was already interested in The Bride next year.
This year.
Well, yes, this year. Jeez. Well, I see 2025 on the screen. I got confused. Where, we got Bonnie and Clydenstein. I am so excited for that.
I'm going to check that out for sure.
But I said the words. I was really kind of like, oh God, this is a slog, and it's really depressing. And then the way the final act happens is one of the most beautiful bows I've ever seen put on a film. I cried for a solid hour and a half afterwards. No joke.
Excellent film. Excellent film.
If I can, Alex, I wish the end was the first half was more like the second half, but if we did a top 15, it would have been on my top 15.
I will
get Oscars. It will win.
Interestingly enough, I spent a lot of my youth around a replica of the Globe Theater. So the clothes hit me like a truck.
Yeah.
My number 6 is a film that I was looking forward to seeing, but did not it exceeded my expectations by a mile. Is This Thing On? Will Arnett is a force of nature. This film absolutely floored me. Bradley Cooper directs the crap out of this movie. It is based on a true story.
Still waiting on my check.
And it's wonderful. I highly recommend it. If there's not more love for Will Arnett in award season, I will be very, very sad.
I still maintain Will Arnett for an Emmy, but this movie actually wound up just continuing to fall down my list the more I looked at other movies. It's not too dissimilar for me to what I said about The Smashing Machine, where Will Arnett is, honestly, if we're talking about where Emmys breaks it out into comedies or whatever, he absolutely should be holding a statue for it. But I also felt like the really good parts of it begin and end with Will Arnett. For me.
Getting to the top half, Don's number 5. This is where I'm frustrated, Don. And please
stand right now.
Don't ever do this again. Okay.
You'll understand.
I understand where you're coming from, Don. But as much work as I put into this, the visuals are a very large part of what we do.
Okay.
So please don't ever do it again.
It is a visual medium.
Due to the fact, because I want to see your guys' reaction on this. There have been films that come out and people say it's great. And I'm like How to Train Your Dragon. When I first saw it, I waited for a year to see it, but once I saw it, I loved it. And this film has got a lot of pizzazz, a lot of word of mouth. And finally, I said, someone gave me the challenge to see this film. I finally saw this film. And when I saw this film, I understand the hype and I loved this film. And that's why my top 5 film of the year is because when I like to drink a soda on the couch, because this is what I'm talking about.
Finally.
Takedown. K-pop baby. Loved it.
We told you you would.
It.
We told you would. We would not steer you wrong.
Loved it. Loved this film. I loved it. I loved the manager. I loved the sound. This is a film I'm probably gonna get the soundtrack on. And that's why I wanted to both surprise you, because you said you want to see your reaction once I tell you. And that's why I can this one time. This is why I'm asking for the pass, because I wanted to see your reaction. Since you said, see it, let us know. Loved it. I cried.
That was such a waste of a mystery.
But here's the thing. That might be the first time in the history of this show that Don said he cried at a film.
That is also true.
That's kind of huge.
It had everything.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
Track on vinyl at not Netflix house.
And remember when you guys gave me the challenge, they said, you tell me on the show when you challenged me to watch it so you can see the reaction.
No, Don, we were supposed to set up a screening for you to see it, not for you to see it on your own.
I'm just glad he saw it. I'm glad he saw it.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm going to put a pin in it.
5. We go back to weapons.
Agree.
Interestingly enough, I took it entirely different, but this was the movie I was referring to for thankfully Julia Garner had something good this year because everything else she did sucked. But Weapons isn't calling it a horror movie also isn't quite fair because it does the old school suspense with it. It does a very interesting structural storytelling because of how the people it affects. And Rob, do you mind if I just tease something you're going to talk about later?
Okay.
It does an interesting piece of storytelling created by Akira Kurosawa, where it has the different perspectives. But the fact that this is the first movie in a very long time, I couldn't figure out where it was going. And instead of being something so off the wall ridiculous, it blends it into the story and just almost gives you this, as an audience member, this, oh, if you think you have this figured out, just put a pin in it. There's a reason we are getting a prequel story to this, if only for how it closes the film.
Well, and I'm just going to say this, next year we break this into 2 episodes.
Absolutely.
This is the longest I think we've run on one of these.
Yeah.
My number 5, Don's following me.
Yep.
That's simple. This film is all of the things.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason they're touring this year. And the sequel set for 2029. Alex is number 5. I'm sorry. Oh, Don's number 4, right? The 4.
Okay.
This film for me wound up at 81. But Don saw this in a theater and I didn't. And I think that makes a big difference because his number 4 for this year is Last Breath. The true story.
Yeah. And another reason why it's so high for me versus Rob, I'm going to assume that you are not a PADI certified scuba diver. Is that correct?
I don't think that makes a difference.
But when you become a certified scuba diver and you go down 50 feet under the ocean, it's an incredible world to go and scuba dive. But there is danger where you could die. That's why you have to get so certified and take weeks of training.
I have a rudimentary knowledge of how it works.
Yeah. But it's even when you dive at 50 feet, it can be dangerous or deadly. So you love what you do, but you have to respect it. And when I saw the story, certain things, I'm watching this film, and there's some real footage on there that you're like, me as a scuba diver, I understand that danger and understand how bad this would be. And it made me cringe and really respect that next time I go diving, I'm going to have to respect it. It's just basically a story where this guy's stuck in the deep sea diving and it's a tragic, horrible, but it's a story of them trying to rescue him without giving anything else away. But it is a true story. And if you're a diver, you will respect this film, and seeing it in the theater was incredible. Go, Alex.
Scuba and Snooba, it is a bottom 16 movie for me.
Okay.
I as somebody who has dove wrecks, I found it to be drawn out and boring.
Okay.
For me, it was one of those where it's like you are drawing. To me, it felt like artificially inflating the suspense because as the hand signals and everything, it pissed me off. And it was like, oh, well, we can't because. And I'm like, yeah, but you do this. You could do this. You could do this. You could do this. And knowing different things about that, that I know that the real people had conversations about and didn't cover in this narrative, irritated me to no end.
Okay.
Alex's number 4. I have already told you where mine sits on this. It was in Don's bottom 10.
Mm-hmm.
It is Superman.
Now, where Don wasn't sure where this was going, I thought it was a really brilliant touch to take Superman, which is this larger than life character, where they do have those moments, but when you boil it down, it's a human interest story. It's the concept, the underlying current that you have the entire way is that being super isn't definitive. It is the human aspect of it. That's why they focused so much on the scene where there was the interview. It is the heart, the aspects, the entirety of any single person can make these same decisions. It just gets inflated because he's Kal-El. And the way that they world built this with, I don't know, can we call it Justice League, really? Justice Society, Justice Squad? Like, what I'm saying is it gave us all of these nuggets and arguably one of the coolest turns of the year with Mr. Terrific. But every single thing boiled down to the human aspect to it, the making things better, the being kind. It was all of the things a superhero film normally is not, and I thought it was beautiful.
My number 4 is another film that there was a cartoon parallel that was done for us by Ashley. One of 2 of my top 4 from the same writer in the life of Chuck.
You have been very, very beating the drum for Life of Chuck.
Very much enjoyed this film. It's one you have to pay attention to because there are layers to it. And the way it sticks the landing is just, it takes a left turn that I thought was brilliant. And Mark Hamill, that's all I'm saying. Mark Hamill.
So I liked it, but didn't love it. But I see your point big time.
Let's get into the medal stand, boys, with Don's number 3. I had this at 69. It is the 2025 version of How to Train Your Dragon.
For me, they've been doing a lot of live action films lately, and you know I'd be critical of it, but this one just touched me, and I thought they finally did a live action reboot of a cartoon, and they did it right. Very emotional. There were a couple scenes that they missed out that I didn't like, but I was not disappointed in any way, shape, or form. It touched me just like the original was, and you know, say what people way. I thought it was done great, and they did a good job with it. With one of my favorites.
Do I blow Don's wheels off right now?
You're allowed your opinion.
Bottom 11, and I've always hated How to Train Your Dragon.
Huh? That's because you didn't like the original.
No, I don't like any of them. It's just not mine. I'm not going to bash on it. I don't want to go any further. We're already running.
Alex's bronze medal.
Going to sound real familiar.
All 3 of us in our top 10 of the year for a reason. It is K-pop Demon Hunters.
I'm going to be totally honest. This was at number 2 for me for a very long time. I said it on air before either of you saw it. Like, you don't understand how good this movie is. I am so happy to see that everybody had it in their top 10 because it's so easy to dismiss it. We bashed it for months about a K-pop girl group fighting demons, and it was such a ridiculous premise. And every single level to this film crushes it. I own 3 different versions of the soundtrack. I'm not even kidding.
There you go. My bronze medal.
If you haven't seen it yet, do yourself a favor.
My bronze medal goes to a film I don't think either of you guys saw. And it was number 1 for a long time. It is a film called The Ballad of Wallace Island.
You talked about this before.
Is an eccentric lotto winner who is he is a fan of a duo from the was it 90s, maybe early 2000s, that he pays to come do a private concert for him on his birthday.
Because that's what rich people do.
Well, they have not played together in decades, and there's heart to it. It's both heartwarming and heartbreaking at the same time because of everything going on around him. And he's just kind of like, this should just all happen. And there's really a lot of layers to this film that I very much enjoyed. It's one that I think got past a lot of people, and I highly recommend it. Don's silver medal. The other Mark Hamill performance this year in The Long Walk.
A couple reboots of movies made from Stephen King books, and of course the original Shining Stephen King said he hated. But reading up on this film, a lot of the people were so afraid to get to know Mark Hamill until they were done, because he's such an evil character in that film, which I respect, and I could see why they did that in this film, and it paid off. I was reading that these people were literally walking miles a day, to make this film, and the physicality that they had to go through. It's very brutal. It doesn't stop, but it was very intense. And for a Stephen King film, I think they've done the book right in this one.
Alex?
I didn't see it, but it's definitely on the list that I do want to see, especially when you realize there is some, beyond Mark Hamill, some really solid acting or actors in this. And as Don was alluding to, that Stephen King loved this. It speaks volumes. Plus, Mark Hamill don't sign on for stuff it ain't gonna be good.
Alex, it says that the kids who, after the filming was done, they went up and they talked to Hamill, and they thought he was the greatest guy and everything. Yeah. And all that stuff, which was, he talked these kids for hours and stuff after the filming was done, but what they physically went through on this and everything like that. Again, it's brutal. It doesn't pull any punches, but it's very intense.
I feel like John saw my number 2 and is trying not to get to it.
Go for it.
Alex's silver medal is in Don's bottom 10. It is One Battle After Another.
Good.
This is brilliantly shot. And if you stay through it and see and you'll notice a big pattern that I love, the human aspect to these films. And Paul Thomas Anderson, I have not been a massive fan on historically, but the way he shoots this film, the way he structures the story to hit these markers on the way, it's crafting something that should be just point A to point B, or even maybe A to C with a B inadvertently. And Benicio del Toro has 13 minutes of just absolutely dropping actor talent on the table. This might be one of Leo's lesser performances for me, but everybody else, Sean Penn got nominated for me. Chase Infinity got nominated for me. Tiana Taylor was worthy of it, but it was hard to back that horse. But the way that the story plays out and telling the human level to the political level, to the elite level, to the military level, and how you have all of these dysfunctions of disconnect, and it leads to one thing after another, the same way the title does. It is beautifully crafted, incredibly shot. And I can see where if you're just looking at it from the surface level and not connecting the dots that come by real quick, I could see it being a lost picture on you. But when you see how these dots, and it's funny, I feel like there's a meme coming with my face on Charlie Day with all of the string on the wall behind it talking about One Battle After Another, but it really ties everything together in such a brilliant piece. Obviously it's not my number 1, but I understand why it's winning awards.
My silver medal, Don's following me.
Yeah.
Mark Hamill channeling his best powers booth.
You did say that.
This film it's pure Stephen King. It's intense. Knowing from what I've been told that the book is even deeper into what these kids go through.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they were able to take an allegory that was originally posed for the way Vietnam War vets were treated when they came home and able to give that a 21st century spin, I thought was fantastic. This film is amazing. Ridiculously good. All right. Top of the heap, a number one, top of the list for Don. Alex kind of took a couple of shots at, no pun intended, earlier in the show.
Oh, I took one big shot.
Yeah.
But do you know what the film is?
I know Don's penchant for sticking to what he says, whether he believes it or not. So he has been talking about warfare all year.
And there it is.
Yeah.
I have it at 68.
Again, like me and Alex could differ. That's the greatness of the show. You know,
I want to clarify. I can't take anything away from how this movie was shot. It is amazingly done from a scene and structure standpoint.
Yeah.
For me, it was purely the fact that there was it felt like virtually no story to it. It was just boom, boom, go.
But again, that's why we differ. Like you loved one battle after another. I hated it. You didn't like Town of Trinity Dragon. I loved it.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing about
I respect
this
your
show.
opinion.
Yeah. And the thing is that this film, when you have to see it in Dolby in the theater to really make it what it's worth. And when they did the show of force on there in Dolby in that theater, I was like blown away on this.
You know what? I bet that was really cool. I bet that was really cool.
And then, they're going to do another one. You know, you go, hold on. It's like you get to ride the Tron ride in Disney again. But it's a war film that doesn't pull any punches. It's realistic. It's just like beginning of Private Ryan in that beach scene where they talked about how realistic
D-Day,
it was.
Yeah.
This one here is the same thing where it's a battle scene it's based off a true story of a true battle scene that happened in the Iraq War, and it even has survivors at the end and everything. But basically, there's an onslaught, and they're trying to survive and get out. And again, the acting was fine, but I loved how it did not pull any punches. It shows that, just like in my number 6 film, the 2,000 Meters from Advocate, it doesn't pull any punches about war. Neither does this one. So
I do appreciate the way they showed at the end, like a lot of the way they did things and the side by sides. I thought that was really well done. Alex's number one.
There was a lot of talent on this cast I felt was underused. That was the other part of it.
Alex's favorite film of 2025. We talked about it a little while ago. It is Sinners.
It is an oil painting come to life. What I really dug about it, and respectfully, I disagree with something you said about it earlier, Don, but I didn't want to jump in on that one because I had this.
Yeah.
I don't feel like there was multiple villains. I feel like you had the monsters, and then you had the villains, which is the ending. Now, part of that is how they took what could have been. Like I said, I thought this was going to be Coogler's first flop for me. Because I was like, okay, it's going to be a vampire movie in the South. We're just going to do this thing. But it's so much more than that because the monsters are thoroughly fleshed out. And I will not be ashamed to say Jack O'Connell's musical scene had me in tears for minutes on end, but that's a personal touch. But the way that Michael B. Jordan was able to fully embody two wholly different characters who just happen to look the same and are brothers was a paramount of a performance. And I don't mean that by the company. I mean that by the summit of the peak. I genuinely believe, I did not see Marty Supreme, so I cannot say it, but I know Chalamet is super talented. I wonder how much of it, or how much more voting Michael B. Jordan would have if Sinners had come out closer to award season.
I'm hoping it gets a lot of love because it's just that good.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite film of the year is in Don's bottom 10. And I was shocked because it is highest to lowest. This is a remake of the Kurosawa film High and Low, which is currently in the Criterion Collection, which I currently have and have every intention to see very, very soon. This is Spike and Denzel's best work since Malcolm X. A$AP Rocky is an absolute talent. This film is amazing on every level for me. It works. Friend of the show, Bart Weiss, I talked to him the other night, and he was saying that he prefers the Kurosawa version for a couple of reasons, and I'll be checking that out just to see what his thoughts are. Because the original was done in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
So how those themes translate, very intense. I didn't even know it was a Kurosawa remake till I was in the theater. And I saw it on the screen. I was like, all right, let's go. And I felt Spike crushed it. I love this movie. You can watch it now on Apple TV. I'm glad I got to see it in a theater because it's just that good. And I highly recommend this to everybody. And gentlemen, that is the ball game. Next year, we're going to break this into 2 episodes because we have lives to lead. Dadgummit. But there's a even though it's got the little duck in it, that's a QR code to get to all of our social medias. It's our link tree. Make sure that you're following us on your social medias. We appreciate it very much. Had quite a few people come through tonight, and so that was pretty awesome. Make sure you're following all the great shows here at Sunset Lounge DFW. Got some really cool stuff coming. A couple new shows coming on board very, very soon. I'm very excited about. And there's literally something for everybody. Whether it's YDC, whether it's Norm, Signal 51, El Maximo, the Angle, Beer 30 Sports O'Clock with our boy Ziggy. Got a great episode this week. The Sunset Soccer Club. There's just something for everybody right here. And we're doing nothing but growing. So stick around with us. Gentlemen, anything else you want to say before we sign off for this week?
Yeah,
I think we had some really great input on these lists, top and bottom.
And to all of our viewers out there, we may disagree 100% black and white on some of these things, but we still respect the other guy's opinion on these films. And, that's a good thing, because if we all agreed on everything, it'd be boring.
Very true.
Our normal show every Thursday night, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, your one-stop shop for all things sports, entertainment, pop culture, pro wrestling, and we will be back to Abnormal next week. So until then, for Alex, for Don, for the Empire, I'm Rob. Clubhouse is closed. Brittany Palmer, I don't know what's going on. I haven't seen anything from her in a while, but I do like that picture of her when she went on the Millennium Falcon ride at Galaxy.
This is a Stolen Water Media production.